Yes, find my personal style with me. Find a personal style with me. It's been months. How come you still don't know what you want to wear? Hello my angels, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, I'm Chelsea, and in today's video we're going to be talking about TikTok ruining your personal style. TikTok has ruined a lot of things, I would say. Reading, enjoying yourself, frolicking in the grass. I mean, that goes for every other social media out there. But TikTok is also where trends are born and also where individuality dies. And the platform strives on virality and not a personal expression of especially style. In essence, we're stuck in the past at the moment where we're constantly reliving greater times in fashion, constantly looking to the 90s for inspiration, looking to the 2010s for inspiration, and we are constantly looking back, and fashion has gotten pretty stagnant, especially in a sense of the personal aspect of it. And I wanted to break it down today and really get into the nitty-gritty, and I wanted you to ask yourself these questions. If you can answer all these questions and say yes, then TikTok has indeed ruined your personal style. Number one is if you always want something. There's always something in your wish list, something you always want to get. Be it because of an influencer, be it because you saw it on someone, a model, a mannequin, AI, whatever it may be, an ad. You want something. No matter how much you have in your closet, you're constantly filled with the need to want more. You're constantly feeling like you still don't have the closet you want, even after years of buying clothes. Unconsciously, constantly chasing trends instead of building a lasting wardrobe that suits you. You open TikTok, you see an outfit, and you even go as far as ask the influencer, where's this top from? Where's these boots from? Where is this from? Where's that from? We don't really think about it actively, is that influencers are actually mannequins. Everything they wear, every statement they make, everything they do on TikTok is calculated, and everything is a link. As much as it doesn't seem so, they could show you their outfit of the day, and it could just be really casual. It could be just, this is my outfit, this is what I'm wearing to work today, and it would look really good, and that's it. But they're posting it with the intention to get you to buy, with the intention to get you to ask about their outfit, for you to want to become a clone of them in some sort of way. Back in the day, it was always about that revolution, something that was pushing this fashion agenda forward, and that's why people would argue that fashion is political. The backbone of fashion had always been something bigger than the clothes. But nowadays, it's more, this top is cute, I'm gonna get the top. It doesn't get any deeper than that, and that's when you really realize that TikTok has indeed ruined your style. Because back in the day, we had dress codes, like back to school clothing was not what it is today. The way we present ourselves day to day, no matter how hard we like to deny it, will always affect our environment or people next to us, people near us. And I don't feel like 13-year-old girls need to be exposing as much as they're exposing, especially in this back to school vlogs or back to school videos, like outfit shopping, whatever, on TikTok. It's like, are you actually wearing that to school, girl? Like, there used to be a dress code for everything. I didn't wear regular clothes to school. I had a uniform, private school, so uniform. That we've really lost the essence of a dress code. Like what I'm seeing the girlies wear to a black tie event. I'm like, that's not black tie. And people don't even know the difference between a quarter length glove or full glove, a half glove. You don't know what you're actually wearing. To be honest, you don't know the significance of what you're wearing, and it shows. We can tell. It comes off as very pretentious online, and that's why I feel like TikTok does really affect people who watch it, because the more you watch these influencers go on and on about talking about stuff, and the algorithm keeps recommending the people to you, you feel like you'll know about fashion. You feel like you're a fashion enthusiast. But let's be honest, if you think that because you have good taste based on your personal opinion, but you do not go out to outsource or study the history, the sociology, the intersectional studies that come with fashion, you don't know anything about fashion. You just know about clothes and buying clothes. And that's it. It has to be said, because people don't want to go into the history of denim. Like, for example, with the whole denim ad, the significance of denim and what it was for the slaves in America, what it was for people back then. It was literally a sign of poverty. It was used on working grounds and working grounds only, and slaves weren't allowed to wear anything else until they revolutionized denim and started wearing it in a way that they reclaimed this really dark culture. And which is why the whole ad with Sydney Sweeney in it is much, much bigger than her just talking about maybe like jeans or anything else. It's much deeper than that. It's not just a piece of clothing. The second question you need to ask yourself is, have you ever bought something from TikTok or bought something because of TikTok and it doesn't look good or fit your lifestyle in real life at all? We all fall victim to this. And I feel like we need to bring back ads, like proper ads. I'm talking about actual advertisements, like on magazines, on billboards, and not just for a particular person who's built like this or who looks like this, but for that sense of belonging. Like back when I was younger, there's a lot of illustrations about your 20s experience. It was girly, it was glittery, it was shimmery, there was drawings, people were dancing, people always had a little vodka glass in their hand, and these illustrations made me believe that's how my future is gonna be. Like, I really thought that's who I'm gonna be. Nightlife is gonna be sparkly dresses, dancing, dance battles. I just feel like we literally stopped romanticizing that part of ourselves, in the sense of the advertisement or the rollout of the clothes in itself do not represent anything. So you do not feel a sense of belonging, and that's why you do not like or don't feel like you look good in the outfit when it arrives, because there's nothing to tie this piece of cloth to you. It's just a covering for your nakedness, which is really, really sad. And I feel like TikTok has indeed played a part into that. Into the next question, do you always feel like you have nothing to wear? I know this is actually really, really a big problem. I also feel like I have so many clothes in my wardrobe, and yet I always feel like I don't have anything to wear. Why is that? Minus the fact that maybe your weight might be fluctuating, or clothes that don't feel like you anymore, clothes that you had when you were young. Let's disregard all of those actual practical reasons why you might feel like you do not have clothes to wear. What about when you keep ordering and ordering and ordering things, and you still keep buying things, but you feel like there's still an emptiness you need to fill? It gets deeper. Then it's not just, oh, I don't have clothes. You don't have something else. You don't have any type of interest in fashion at all, because you don't want to go outside of your box to try and to actually look into what would actually work for you, the longevity of the clothes, the fabric, where it's made, the sustainability, the history behind all the clothes that you have. When you start looking into where these clothes are actually made and where they come from, you get a different sense of attachment to the cloth. Like, you get a different yearning to wear it. And I feel like we really need to start to evaluate where and how our clothes are getting to us, because that's when you feel like you have nothing to wear, because it's not something you wanted to get in the first place. It's just a link that you saw. It probably was on sale, and I need to let you guys know this. Sales are actually marketing strategies. It's not that they decided they wanted to make a sale for it to be cheaper for you. No, they just up-price the price of the clothing because they know that they will reduce it to a level where consumer can afford it and would buy it during that time. So a sale is not really, oh yeah, but it was 20% off. Well, that's the whole thing. That was their plan, for it to be 20% off and for you to buy it. That's why it was set at such a high price. And if you are actually, unfortunately, gullible enough to buy it at the high price, they make more profit. And even if you don't buy it at the high price, the company still makes profit off of the sales that they do with the sales. And that's how these fast fashion companies keep on going, and they keep on making it. Like H&M has a sale every other time. Oh, kids sale, home sale, sale for Black Friday, so sale for that. And you're just like, oh yeah, I'll get this, I'll get that, I'll get this. And you think you actually, you got it at a low affordable price. But no, that was their intention from the very beginning, and you need to know that, because you will fall privy to the false allegation or the false belief that you are saving your money, but you're not. And I feel like I used to do that. I'd be like, oh, but it was on sale, so it's fine. But no, it's not. It's not fine, because even if money's not a problem for you, space is still a problem. Like, you don't know where you're gonna put the clothes. So you have a closet full of things, but you just can't bring yourself to put it together. Maybe you should stop buying and start looking into styling, because the fact is, fashion and styling, or being fashionable and stylish, is very different. Someone like Zendaya could be really well styled. The red carpet always looks good, but on her day-to-day life, she's just wearing basic every clothes that everybody else is wearing. But someone like Tracee Ellis Ross, someone who literally embodies the it girl of fashion and literally embodies being fashionable, in the sense that even when she's not on those red carpet looks, she is wearing things that are that wow people. And I feel like that's what you should aim to be. Stop buying because of TikTok and start maybe looking into the investment into how to actually put the pieces together. So it needs to be a balance of those two. And you can finally avoid looking back at a cloth and thinking, why did I buy that? I actually don't like this. I never liked loafers. Why do I have them? Then you can avoid this whole situation. Number 3 is, if your style constantly changes every 2 weeks, do you actually know what your personal style is? Are you constantly looking out to find what your personal style is every other 2 weeks? Because if that's the case, you don't know what your personal style is. You actually don't. And I feel like that's when you go down this path of constantly buying, because you convince yourself, I'm experimenting. No, you're not. You're over consuming. And I feel like experimenting doesn't actually have to be done with a purchase. What I like to do is window shop. Baby, I'll go into every store, try on every clothes, put outfits together in the fitting rooms, and if they don't look good, I'm gonna leave them right back at the store. If I like them, I will purchase them. Or I don't even need to actually wear the clothes. I could just draw them out, or I could just save magazine pictures. You can literally find so much more inspiration through animation, through recording the outfits that you already have, and looking back and seeing, do I still like this outfit now? And if you still like that same outfit now, and you still would wear the same outfit until now, the same kind of aesthetic, the same kind of style, then you do know what your personal style is, and you've established that nothing is going to change from this. You're just going to add to or remove a couple things that you don't like. There's no need to start literally reevaluating your personal style every other 2 weeks. That is crazy. And I feel like people on TikTok are constantly doing that. Like, I always see people, yes, find my personal style with me, find a personal style with me. It's been months. How come you still don't know what you want to wear? And I'm sure it's okay. We're all in the journey of finding ourselves and who we are. But I feel like when you can't find what to wear, you can't find something that's personal to you, like you lack individuality to really decide or encompass the fact that the clothes don't look good or whether they look good, you always need an outside opinion, then I don't think you should be worried about clothes. You should be worried more about who you are as a person and how you want to present yourself through the clothes. Because clothes are not just clothes. They're not just coverings. It's a medium to actually show who you are. I talked about this before. Even shoes. Back in the days, shoes were actually a way to show your status, your level, and your identity in society was seen through your shoes. And in the same way, it still happens to this day. Why do you think people want to shop at Miu Miu even after seeing the disaster that it is, that it's bad quality? After the influencer Wisdom posted on TikTok about the Miu Miu jacket breaking down not once but twice, and people would still want to shop at Miu Miu. People still want to get Miu Miu. Like the guy who was buying the $800 Miu Miu cap. It was just a basic cap that said Miu Miu on it. Why do you think people still want to buy that? Because it's not about the clothes. It's not that they like it. They don't feel anything attached to it except the fact that it's for the status, to show that I'm above you. I have a certain level of comfortability financially that can allow me to do what I'm doing right now. Because back in the day when I was younger, I would think anyone with a Chanel bag was fashionable. That's actually not the case. If anything, it makes you normal. It makes you regular. And that's why fashion is not, especially luxury fashion, is not what it was before. Creative directors don't have freedom to create what they want to create. Celine is constantly trying to revive Phoebe Philo, or they're constantly trying to revive Galliano at Dior. It's always gonna be like that. It doesn't matter who comes in. And people always say, oh yeah, creative director, this, da, da, da. But they're not even allowed to be creative because they always have to relive the past. It's quite repetitive. You need to find you instead of finding what you want to wear. Because when you don't know who you are, you don't know what to wear, you don't know how to look, you don't know how to talk, you don't know yourself. So it's hard to even know what you want to wear. I feel like TikTok has really, really ruined people's style in that sense. And I'm not a TikTok girly. I'm really not on TikTok like that. I think the longest I was on TikTok was 16 minutes max. Like I don't enjoy TikTok, but the 60 minutes I spent on TikTok, I was shook. The males are drinking matcha, they're wearing this, they're tying things to their thing. The girlies are back in the 2008s, they're wearing mini shorts and they're looking back to the it girls of that time. And people are stuck in the 90s. We're all stuck in something, but what do you want to do now? What are we making now? What's the new thing now? What's the brand new thing now? And I feel like we should stop focusing on the past and discover new designers, new outfits, new ways to express ourselves. The past is always going to be the past. It's always going to be in, because fashion is a cycle. But what are we going to pass down to our kids? When I feel like Gen X already looks at us, or like Gen Zs, and be like, okay, what was significant about our style era? Nothing. It's just the same. Like, there's nothing that you can pinpoint and be like, that was so like Gen Z, that was so 2000s and 20s. There's nothing. So it's gonna be just a lot of same things. We should really make it fun again, make it creative again. And sorry I went on a long rant about this, but that is all I have to say for today. Sorry I've been on a little break. I felt really sick 2 weeks ago, and then I also hurt my hand. I had a huge bandage on my hand and I had to get like my knee stitched, but I'm all fine. Sorry if my voice is kind of groggy as well, but I'm all healed now. I have to study, but I'm filming this video for you guys because, you know, I love you, and I wanted to have a place to talk about my fashion opinions again. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm so excited to hear from you, and tell me what you thought about